Hello, everybody, and this is episode 2 of Stano's Garage. So welcome back. We got a couple people already signing in. Looks like we got Kyle Stevenson I just saw up on the feed there, and I don't know who else. There's a bunch of four other people, so we'll see you soon enough. So a couple of quick updates. I found out that Project Lead the Way has canceled their end of course assessments, so I posted that up on, hey Kylie, has posted that up on their website. And as a result, there's no end of course assessment, so we don't have to worry about that. But what was I going to say? RIT, which we would only get our graduate credit, college credit from, they had put up a thing on how the 4 quarters averaged together will basically be able to grant you the college credit. I think it's if you're over an 85 or higher. So hey, what's up? I just saw Jason up on there and everyone else. So fourth quarter, I did have a question yesterday, is how the fourth quarter is going to be graded. And right now it's pass or fail for everything. And I don't know what's going to happen as far as like when we go back, is that going to change? Or if we ever go back, how it's going to change? I don't know. Maybe it'll be based off 3 quarters. I have no clue. But usually pass fail, I don't think impacts your overall average. Hey, Niall? So I don't know. We'll see what happens with that. What else is there? So that's the big update with that. I got my list. Ooh, CNC plasma cutter. So I've been starting getting boxes. So let's flip the view around here. So as you can see, I've gotten box number 3 of my Crossfire Pro CNC plasma cutter. So box 3, this is my water table. The other week, I don't know where it went. Oh, bench, right? So I got the plasma cutter and I got the torch eye controller. So that stuff is here. I'm just waiting on now boxes 1 and 2. They should be going out hopefully this week. And if that's the case, possibly the next Friday, I could have a CNC plasma cutter, which then I'll do a video on that one. And then there'll be a series of videos I'm going to do on that as well, from basically setting up, running first cuts, and going all the way through. So that should be pretty awesome. Oh, what else? I got this cool, like, apron. Let's see. Orientation's locked. They didn't like it. So this apron I'm wearing, I got made by Rugged Tools, I believe it is. So what happens is I normally go roaming out into the garage and with whatever I'm wearing, and I screw up my clothes. So I don't screw my clothes up, I got an apron. It's a little ridiculous, but it's good. Yeah, nice shirt. So I got that. So other things, that's it. Those are my big updates. So I'm just running down my list. Ooh, good story. Last week, hey, what's up, Morrison? I've been doing pretty good. Last week, I was driving, I was in my Jeep with my family, which we can see right there. Wasn't that my 64 CJ5, just in case you didn't know. And the fuel pump died about 2 miles away from my house. Luckily, some guy in another Jeep came up. I had a tow strap, pulled us on home, and it wasn't a big deal, but I noticed that, let's go take a look so you can see what I'm talking about, that it has a mechanical fuel pump right here. So if we look down in here, that's my new mechanical fuel pump. Basically what happens is there's a lever inside this fuel pump that goes to the camshaft that's located in there, and there's a lobe on the camshaft. So as that moves, it pumps the lever. And then it takes fuel from this inlet right here, pumps it up through a valve and through that diaphragm and up and into the fuel filter and then into the carburetor. So that's a typical mechanical fuel pump. Nothing has a mechanical fuel pump now unless it's pretty old. So let's take a walk in the garage. I kept the old one so that we can see what it's all about. And let's set this up and take a look at that fuel pump. I might have to do some rearranging of stuff here. Let's go like that. Let me just, sorry about that, just rearranging the camera. There we go. So this is the mechanical fuel pump that came out of my Jeep. So this is the lever arm right here. This lever arm rides along the camshaft, and you can actually see the wear pattern right there on it where it rides up and down on the camshaft. I split this open so you can see inside of it. Let me hold on a second with this camera. I'm going to get this set up so that we can view it all the time. Hands-free. Get these cards out of the way. There we go. I think that's better. So inside that fuel pump, so let's go back. So it looks like this. And I basically took a grinder. I used a grinder. I cut off that outer edge so then you could see inside. So there's this diaphragm. So as that camshaft rides along this edge, it's going to push down on that lever, pulling this diaphragm up, which will then suck the fuel through this opening right here, which is connected to a valve. It gets pulled up, and then when the plunger pushes back down, this valve closes, this one opens up, and then the fuel comes up and out of there and into the carburetor. So I noticed that the fuel filter, which is clear, was empty, and I tried priming the motor a few times to get it to fill up, nothing. I then took the fuel line off, I blew into it, and I noticed that these valves were allowing basically the fuel to blow back through. So I believe it's this valve right here on this one that was shot. So as the pump was pulling up fluid and pushing back down, it kind of wasn't allowing enough pressure to build up. Also, you can see, due to the ethanol in the fuel, that this rubber here, I don't know how well you can see it, has been starting to crack. So that isn't too good either. So it could have been leaking past through the diaphragm as well. So that was my fuel pump escapade that occurred. And what else is there? So that's it. We can take a tour of the Jeep. We could do that since I have it outside. So let's go through. So a little tour of the Jeep. So other stuff about it. So this is not the original motor to the Jeep. This is a 302. It is a V8. This motor, when I got it, it did run. And a problem that I had with it is I noticed that in this region right here, I was getting excessive amount of oil blowing out and through, which that is indicative of the rings on the piston not sealing against the wall. So as pressure builds up in the crankcase, it's able to blow by the rings, force oil out here. As like an emissions control, so any of the vapors that do come out, they go into the intake, routed there. What other stuff is there? Fuel pump, radiator, all that fun stuff. I'm trying to think of anything cool. For POE, we've been talking about hydraulics, or we did last week. This is for my clutch. It's the hydraulic unit for that. So this Jeep is converted to a hydraulic clutch. So if I go underneath here and I push in on this pedal right there, there's a shaft. I don't know if you can see it way up in there, right there, that shaft goes into this. So as I push that little plunger, fluid comes out and then travels way on down. I don't know if we can get underneath there. Yeah, it's a little hard to see. Underneath to the clutch fork and pulls that in. So that's a nice little upgrade that we had. What are the fun ones? I don't know. Let's see. Let's go a little further back. So that's the Jeep from the side. I got this cool tire rack for about $100, and I mounted it to the back. I fixed that, re-welded on some supports, little can. I don't know what other fun things are with this. That's it. Oh, I fixed the steering. Last week I mentioned it, but I don't know if we can get a good picture. That Prius tour. You don't want to see that thing now. Yeah, that's underneath. Nothing special there. I don't know. Any questions about anything? So that's the Jeep and the mechanical fuel pump story. Oh, what else? Any other updates? Nothing as far as anything else. I'm trying to think. What else is going on? Nothing. I am waiting for that CNC plasma cutter to come. That has been the big one that I'm waiting on. So I can't wait for that. House tour. You are not getting a tour of my house. There's nothing special going on there except for my children running around. What else? That's it. So if there's no questions, nothing else, I think I might just cut it here. I don't know what else I have to talk about right now. Nothing. I'm going to try to get to the race truck. That one I was debating backyard tour. Hey, Jordan. We'll see. I don't know about a backyard tour. Watch the log splitter video. You get a tour of the backyard there. Nothing really going on. Hey, Karina, what's going on? I was going to try to get to the race truck today. It just didn't work out. It's at my buddy's house right now. It's in his garage. Hey, Stavros. And not really getting to it. Kind of supposed to stay away from him and other people. He works with the airline industry, so I don't know. It's a lot of people. Can we see my daughter? My daughter? I don't know where she is right now. She's upstairs in and around the house. Hey, Steve. Hey, Bonnie. So race truck maybe next week. I don't know. We'll see what happens with that. And I don't know. keep them posted. Keep going with any of the work I'm posting. It's nothing crazy. It's just to kind of keep everyone in the loop what's going on. And I think that's about it. Yes, no truck. Sorry, Pasquina. I think next week. I'm going to try to get there next week. This week we were debating working on it, and it fell through. So I don't know when we're going back to the school. I think that's it. I don't know. All right, people. I'm going to cut it off here. I'm just rambling at this point. I hope everyone stays safe, that staying sane, find something to do besides some schoolwork. Enjoy this time because who knows how much longer it's going to last for. All right, everyone. Have a great day. Bye-bye.